what happens if the home appraisal comes in low? That's my intro. Woo. All right, so you're buying a house, let's just say $100,000, and you go to do the appraisal and it comes in at $90,000. What happens? Well, here's the good news. The good news is both parties are protected, which means the buyer is not forced to come out of pocket and the seller is not forced to undersell their house. So obviously I'm going to go over this straight and then I'm going to show you the different markets and how it differs. Okay, first and foremost, let's just say I'm buying your house. $100,000 appraisal comes in at 90. I'm going to call you up and I'm going to say, hey, the appraisal came in low. We have three options. I can fight the appraisal, which that's not actually my responsibility. That should really be the listing agent because they're the ones that put the house on the market, right? They should already have the comps and understand the value because they're there to protect the seller. I don't want to fight the appraisal. I'm the buyer. I want it for lower. Like that, I don't understand buyers agents that try to help the seller get. No, you're representing the buyer. If my agent is trying to get that to come down, to come up, no, I'm the buyer. I want it to be low. So the three options are: you can fight the appraisal, which barely ever happens. And I can tell you, I see all these agents like, I fight appraisals all the time. No, no, no. It's very hard to fight an appraisal because you should already had the comps. They're looking at pretty much the same comps that you're going to supply, but you should already have all the data to show them this is why I feel the value is at $100,000. And if you can't supply that, then you're just throwing something against the wall and hoping it sticks. Okay, that's number one. Number two is I can make up the difference. Now this is where it's different. If the market was a seller's market, I would have to make up the difference. I would have already probably put that in my contract to state if the appraisal comes in low, I will make up the difference to XYZ. During COVID, people were putting no caps on it. Crazy. Which meant they would be like, oh, even if it comes in at 50,000, I'll still make up the difference. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So anyway, I'm not going to make up the difference in this market. It's a buyer's market. I'm not making up the difference. In a buyer's market, you already put it back on the market. Good luck. It already appraised in low. It could come in lower. It could come in higher. We don't know. And I'm going to tell you a story about that in a second. And then the third is there's four. You can come low and come down, or we can meet at the middle. So it all depends on the market. So like today's market, as a buyer, unless it's my dream home or my back's against the wall because my landlord's selling something, whatever the case may be, I am definitely not coming down and meeting you. You overpriced your home. I didn't overprice it. Your agent overpriced the home. I didn't overprice it. I gave you what you wanted. Now, unless I came above, right, because it was a crazy market or something, no, I gave you what you wanted, okay? And this is what you wanted. So now you come down low. So it all depends on what market we're in. But let me tell you a quick story. I had this house once, and this is years ago. This tells you how long ago it was. The house was like $160,000. And it was $160,000. I 100% had the comps for this house. I provided all the comps, and the appraiser came in at $140,000, right? Now, $20,000 is a lot of money, especially back then when that's more than 10% difference. Like, that's nuts, right? And I couldn't fight them. The appraiser was just so arrogant and had such an ego on them. And the buyer's like, I'm not absolutely coming up with $20,000. My seller's like, I'm not either. I'm not coming down. Deal dies. Escrow goes back to buyer because they're protected, and we put it back on the market. Well, we get another offer at $160,000, and the next appraisal comes in at $165,000. Now you say, why? How can this be? Because an appraiser or an appraisal is based upon the opinion of that appraiser. And this is what people don't understand. There's not one set number out there. It's not like, oh, that's the appraisal. That's it. It is right there, set by the appraiser, highest and best use, their opinion. Now, there is different variations between FHA, which sticks, conventional, and VA, which is a tidewater, which means it's the only one that lets you know it comes in low. But I don't want to confuse you. You're going to say, whoa, 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 what the hell are you talking about? Those are for separate videos. I will do FHA appraisal, conventional appraisal, VA appraisal. I will do all these videos for you guys because that's what I like to do. So let's just recap. What happens if it comes in low? Both parties are protected. If one doesn't want to pay, the buyer doesn't want to pay the difference, and if the seller doesn't want to come in lower, you can wash your hands and walk away, and escrow goes back to buyer. The buyer can pay out of pocket. The seller can come down, or you guys can meet at the middle, or you can try to fight the appraisal, which is never going to happen. So I hope you understood some more education today, and more education to come. Oh, talk to you soon.